For more on this, we want to bring in Republican Texas Senator John Cornyn. Senator, good morning to you. Thanks for coming on today. I'm sure you were listening into that press conference there. A lot of people have questions about what happened. What did you make about what you heard from the officials there?
Well, I think all these questions need to be answered, but not right now. We need to assist and support the recovery effort. As you can tell, it's an all-hands-on-deck undertaking, starting with the President of the United States, the Secretary of Homeland Security, and all of the incredible local officials that have been doing yeoman's work for the last several days. I was there on Saturday, of course, with the governor, and there's no resources being spared when it comes to this recovery effort. But as you know, there's still people missing, and families deserve to know what happened to their loved one. And I think what makes this particularly heartbreaking, Bill, is the fact that there were so many innocent child victims involved. But there were more than that. There were day campers who were there who were not part of any one of these summer camps. And we don't know how many were there, so we don't know how high these numbers will go, but it's heartbreaking to be sure.
Yeah, and current total, at least 105 dead, dozens still missing, some of them children. Is there any hope right now that any of these folks are still going to be found alive, or is this largely shifting into, unfortunately, more of a recovery mission?
Well, hope springs eternal, and you know, that's who we are, and we will hope for the best while we continue to do our due diligence to do the recovery effort. But obviously, with each hour that passes, the chances of finding another individual alive are diminished. But we're not giving up hope. And as the governor said on Saturday, we are not going to give up until we find every last individual who was affected by this terrible catastrophe.
Yeah, and unfortunately, those updates just keep getting worse. We will keep tabs on Texas. Do want to ask you about the cabinet meeting we're expected this morning. That's supposed to kick off pretty much any minute now. It was originally set for 11 a.m. at the White House. We're standing by waiting for that. The meeting's going to happen after the dinner that President Trump had with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu last night. Trump is still pushing for a proposed Israel-Hamas ceasefire deal after he helped ease tensions on other global conflicts. Netanyahu is also announcing he endorsed Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. So my question to you, Senator, is what are you expecting to hear out of this cabinet meeting, and do you feel like we are potentially on the doorstep of finally getting a deal across the finish line when it comes to Israel and Hamas?
Well, first, I'd just like to say I know President Trump is planning on coming to Central Texas on Friday. I look forward to being with him, but demonstrating his concern for the victims and their families, and to me, that is his priority. But to your question, President Trump, I think, has surprised the world by being a peace president. He's done more in the short period of time that he's been president than any other president in my memory to try to bring a cessation of hostilities and bring peace to troubled areas of the world. In the case of Russia and Ukraine, unfortunately, he doesn't have a partner that he can deal with in Vladimir Putin, but Prime Minister Netanyahu, I hope, will be able to work out a peace plan in Gaza, get aid to people who've been suffering there as a result of the terrorist activity and the conflict.
Senator, I apologize. We're coming up against a really hard break right here. We thank you for your time.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.